Hey guys, it's Lux here. I know it's been quite a long time since I made a new video, but life has been pretty freaking busy for me as of late. But I thought today it'd be fun if I went ahead and show you guys how I boil wash doll hair, because I have like this massive bin of dolls, as you can see, that I've rescued over these last few months. That are just waiting to be boil washed. A lot of their hair is in terrible condition, so I thought I'd save it for a video because I always personally like to see how other people boil wash doll hair. Like, I've watched quite a few of those videos on YouTube, and everyone just seems to have like a different sort of technique, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I do it and what I do, and maybe you can learn a thing or two. Maybe not, who knows? But I thought I would go ahead and do it for a video, because why do it off camera when I can do it off camera? And as you can see, originally when I decided I wanted to do this video, I had about maybe like 4 dolls to boil wash. Now I have about 1,000. I'm not going to show them all. I'm going to do like a few on camera and then just show you definitely the before and afters. I'm also going to, before I start boil washing these dolls, I'm going to show you some of the dolls I have boil washed in the past, so you can see maybe where my skill level is at this. So yeah. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get right into the video. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you some of my favorite boil washes, and maybe some of my most successful boil washes that I've ever done. So some of them would definitely have to be these magic hair girls that I definitely want to show you these. I've talked about it in previous videos. The magic hair girls come with super thick, like heavy hair. But it's great, you know, because they're made for hair play, so I got lots of hair to work with. And when I got a lot of these girls, it was super tangled and everything, so boil washing them was definitely a journey, but it was a fun journey, and the hair turned out so beautiful. I was so freaking satisfied and proud of myself. So those are definitely some of my favorite boil washes. So a lot of these girls along here I did get brand new, so they didn't need boil washing, but those were definitely some that stood out. Let's see if I can think of any more. I think some other girls I might have just boil washed just to like refresh the hair. You know, you can see how beautiful boil washing can make doll hair. It really is amazing what boil washing can do. So yeah, I just wanted to show you a few of the girls that I have boil washed. So we won't go into all the girls I've boil washed, because we'd be here all day. Alright you guys, and welcome to Salon de Luxe. Doesn't it look classy? So, as you can see here on the towel, here we have all the dolls that I am going to be boil washing today. All of these girls are recent rescues from thrift stores and stuff like that. Most of these dolls I already own, but I do have some new ones in here that I'm pretty excited about. One of them being this Eye Candy's Phoebe, and the other being these 2 Megan dolls. This is obviously for the first ever Megan. So there are definitely some ones I'm very excited about here, but a lot of these girls are like triples and doubles, especially if any of you guys know my obsession with Girls Rock Chloe. I think this is like my 8th one of her, almost maybe 9th. I have a lot of her. So yeah, but I am going to be fixing up all of these dolls because they all need to be cleaned and fixed. So when I was showing you guys at the beginning of the video my bin of rescues, this was the majority of them. I do still have some girls here in the bin here. A lot of them are those, 2009 dolls, which just have hair, which is just my skills. I don't think I have the skills to fix these dolls, even though like they're both so beautiful, and there's like a lot more in there. And some of the dolls at the bottom here have had like their hair cut, or they're just, just no-goes, unfortunately. This girl I already own, and here I already have one that's in better condition, so meh. Then there's like, yeah, some more just with really cut hair, so it's just like a no-go. There's just kind of a few more dolls down in there. But these are the ones I decided I would fix and show you guys the before and after for the video today. So I'm very excited to get started. So obviously for doing this, the first thing you're going to need is, I would recommend a comb. I've seen a lot of videos about this, and using a comb that's very thin like this, has lots of little teeth, is the best comb to use. This is the kind of comb I have used for all my boil washing on dolls, so I would recommend this kind of comb for sure. I actually have another one, it's like a purple one that I usually use for the dolls, but I don't know where that is right now, so we're going to be using this black one, which is actually like better quality anyway. But And then obviously you're going to need something to produce hot water. There's a lot of different ways to do this. I like to use a kettle because it gets the water as hot as it can be, and it just does the job really fast and really easy. You know, you get scorching, boiling hot water, which is exactly what you want for their hair, especially some of their hair that's in way worse condition. So I would 100% recommend using a kettle. There are tons of different methods you can use though. You can boil it over the stove. You can, if your I guess if your tap water is hot enough, just use that hot water from the tap. I like to go with the kettle because it gets you super hot and it doesn't take that long to boil it up. And then obviously I recommend kind of doing it over a sink, and then obviously towels. And the other thing you're going to need is a bowl of some kind. Yes, you are going to need some kind of bowl. Now this is a very sturdy, very heavy bowl, which I just like to use because, you know, I know putting hot water on it's going to be fine. It's not going to do anything bad. You wouldn't want to use a bowl that's going to get like super hot, like a steel one or something like that. You're going to want to use something that is going to be able to handle the heat and that, you know, is kind of deep enough to hold their hair in, so they're, you know, the hair can get soaked, and you can leave them in there to soak in it as well, which is something that I like to do. So yeah, I think that's everything you need. Now there is some people, which is totally fine, and I totally understand that, wash or shampoo their hair. I used to do that. Me personally, this is just coming from personal experience, I find it just didn't do much. Maybe it's because I'm also, you know, not as professional as some people with this. Like, I'm not claiming to be an expert in this video. Please take that into consideration when you're following this video, if you're following it. This is just the way I do it because I feel like everyone kind of has their own way of doing it, and it's just interesting to see how other people fix, you know, thrift store doll hair and everything like that. So I kind of stopped shampooing a few boil washers ago because it just was like, I just kind of found, one time I was just like, hey, what if I just like put them in the water and combed it out, and that seemed to do the job just fine. And then obviously when it's done, you got to do all the restyling because, as you can see, a lot of these girls here originally have ponytails, so a lot of the hair is gonna have to be fixed and have their styles in. And so yeah, without further ado, I think I shall show you guys how I get the water all set up, and we will go from there. So yeah, all we just have to do is just take the kettle off the thing. It's been a while since I've done like a kind of like tutorial video, DIY tool. I'm just turn on the water, and we're just gonna fill her on up. So about there, so very close to the top, perfection. And we're gonna bring it back over here onto its base, and we're just gonna set it up, turn it on, and it will just let us know when it's ready to go. And then after that, we're gonna be pouring a good amount of it into this bowl here. And then the best part about my kettle is, and I'm sure most kettles are like this, is, you know, you just leave any extra water in there, and then honestly, you know, if you need more water for your bowl, if the water gets cold after a while, you just reheat up the water that's already in there, and you just pour it in, you know, until the water runs out. So wow guys, we're off to a great start. Don't you just like love my videos? Like, I'm just like, we can't do anything professionally on Luxurious's channel. Oh no, darling. There we go. It's like when I film it, I never do it right. And like when you film it, it never works or like never happens. So, okay, now we're better. God's sakes. So now once this fills up, we're going to pour it in that bowl, and yeah, you get the drift. So, cut it back. Alrighty, so as you can see, our kettle has now stopped. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab it, make sure to be careful because it is boiling hot water. And you're just going to go ahead, pour it in your bowl. See all the steam? It's extremely hot water, so just make sure to be extra careful, guys. Okay. Alright. Okay, so now that you got your water, go ahead and take one of your dolls. And what I recommend to do is just rest her head, get her hair kind of soaked like this. Extra hot. And lay her in like that. As you can see, her hair is boiling. Do another one here to show you guys. might break Phoebe's little elastic in her hair, but that's okay. I'll just put a new one in. She's gonna have a hard time balancing, I see. Now, realistically, you should be doing this in a more, I would say, open area where you have more room, but for video purposes, I have it here. But normally, I would make sure to have more room. Could also be optimal. I've used many different sized bowls for this, so, but because I didn't have so many dolls to do, I just thought this one would be okay. So now what you can do is you can honestly let them soak for pretty much as long as you want, like, you know, because the water does eventually cool down. I don't know, it really varies of how long I let the doll soak in there, because honestly for me guys, it just kind of depends on how bad her hair is. These 4 I put in here are not so bad. I would say Phoebe is definitely the worst. But the other 3 aren't super bad. It shouldn't be too hard to work through those girls. So I'm going to get my combing area set up. I'm going to let these girls sit for maybe like a minute or 2, and then I'm going to pull, I think, Megan out first, and we'll begin to comb out the hair. Alright guys, so this next part's going to be a little hard to show you, but I'm going to give you the gist of it as best as I can. So made a little area of room here. What we're going to do here is we're going to grab the doll that we want to begin to comb. Pull her out over the sink. You can just see her hair is super hot. And what you're going to do is lay her out. You're going to take the more thin part of the comb, and you're going to start from the very bottom, brushing outwards. Now what you're going to definitely want to do is hold on to her head, just to make sure her head's secure. You're going to hold down as hard as you can on the head. Well, not as hard as you can, but just hold down on the head. And then you're going to begin to brush. So like this. Hold on to her head and begin, just, I would say, start with the ends always. And just begin to brush. Pretty hard too. So definitely, depending on how matted her hair is or how knotted her hair is, she'll definitely lose some, but I mean, it's not even noticeable. It ends up just actually cleaning up her hair anyway in the end, so don't even worry about that. I have boil washed so many dolls in the last like year or so, so I've gotten pretty used to doing this, I would say. Alright, so once her hair starts to get a little bit like dry, I would recommend putting her back into the water. So let it soak for about another minute or a few seconds, 30 seconds even can do the job. And you're going to continue, and you could probably move down a little bit lower now, I would say. And just really make sure you're combing that hair out. It's amazing guys, she actually has not like lost almost any hair. She's been pretty good. You just want to make sure that there are no tangles or knots in her hair. Because obviously that's the whole point of this. So you just definitely want to make sure, run your fingers through her hair, and it should just be all smooth, no tangles. Sorry if I keep pulling her out of the frame, it's just because I'm adjusting her hair and just sending it back into its style. So I think we will put her in the boiling water one more time, and I'd say we'll go through her hair one more time, one more run through, and then I'll show you guys what we do afterwards. So back in the water for a few more seconds. Okay, there we go. So this should be the final time we have to put her hair in the water. I think her hair is pretty good now, to be honest. It's a good test of this is to push the comb down really far and just make sure you can run the comb smoothly through every area of the hair. And if the comb doesn't get stuck, then you're pretty much good. Like, you know, hair is basically not going to get much better than that. Okay, yeah guys, her hair is looking pretty good to me. Alright you guys, once you got her hair basically as best set back in its original style as you can, you know, obviously if it has a ponytail stuff, you're not going to really get it back yet till it's done. You're going to run her head under the cold water to set it in. Use some cold water, soak her little head. Alright, and then you're gonna leave her like that and just lay her out to dry and let her fully 100% air dry. Do not blow dry her or anything like that, let her air dry. That is our first girl done. Now don't get me wrong guys, there are definitely some cases with dolls where you 100% need to boil wash them 2 times. That does happen because sometimes 1 time just isn't enough and they need like 2 times if the hair is really bad. But generally you can get away with just 1 boil wash most of the time. So okay, so for these next girls I will not talk through it as much because I'm not going to bore you with like a 40-minute boil washing video. I will fast forward through a lot of the parts, but it's going to be basically the same thing as I showed you from the beginning. So basically what you have to remember and what you'll see in the upcoming parts is, with your comb, the thin parted, start from the bottom and work your way up. If our hair starts to dry during it, put it back in the water for just a few more seconds and continue. And then when you're done, brush it down into the style it's kind of supposed to be and soak her under the cold water. And that's basically it. It's not too complicated. So yeah. We will move on to the next girl and get some of these more girls in here. My goodness, I have a lot to do. Don't know if I'll get them all done. I'll do them all. So, yeah, we'll continue. Alright guys, so now we are on to, I took a break from one other doll just to let her soak for a little bit longer, and now I'm working on another doll. I'm working on Eye Candy Phoebe. Now, I find sometimes with dolls with like wavy or curly hair, sometimes it's gonna appear that it's not like fully brushed through or kind of seems impossible, but that's because it is like wavy and curly, so it's supposed to kind of have that look. Like not messy, don't get me wrong, but it is supposed to be like poofy and big and everything like that. So her little elastic, I do believe, broke, yeah. So it looks like it is breaking. I think I have another black one. I can get one, or just use a clear one to fix her original style. Just keep it like that. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Well, it's my personal opinion and advice to kind of just keep that in mind when you're boil washing a doll with wavy / curly hair. It's also going to be a little bit tougher, and some of the times too, I feel like it's almost a little bit thicker. Sometimes, I guess, just to get those like big bouncy curl look, which I do enjoy. So Phoebe definitely has that going on here. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're doing these dolls. I think you will find with boil washing, by the way, you will definitely have like, sometimes you get lucky, like almost kind of I am with this lot, where they're not super hard to boil wash. Like it's kind of going through easy, but sometimes, especially with thrift stores and stuff like that, you will get the batch of dolls that just like you feel like all of them have horrible hair and it's just hopeless. But I will definitely tell you that it is not hopeless. Anything is possible. Boil washing is not that hard and you can get through. Trust me, I've gotten through some pretty bad doll hair in my time, so if I can do it, pretty much anyone can do it, is what I'm basically saying, guys. So I do have one pretty horrible one in this bunch here, I would say. This is probably the worst one I have in this roundup here. This is a Forever Diamonds Chloe. I do have a actual Forever Diamonds Chloe if you've seen my Bratz collection video and stuff. And she's actually one of my favorite Bratz dolls. I got her new. But this is obviously a thrift store rescue one. As you can see, her hair has been taken down. It's supposed to be in a ponytail, so I will be fixing that. And so her hair is pretty freaking matted. So I'm definitely going to make sure to do this one on camera so you guys can see how I'm going to get through it. It's not so bad. I've definitely had worse than this for sure, but it is pretty freaking bad. So it's going to be interesting to see how I tackle this one. So we will soak her head now in the water. Alright, so here we have Chloe. So what we're going to do is basically what we've been doing with all our other ones. We're just going to start from the bottom and work our way up. Now, because this doll's hair is a little more matted, I would recommend separating it in kind of sections, like maybe 3 sections, and kind of separate the sections and just kind of do one section. Yeah, her hair, wow, her hair is really bad. Okay, so separate like each kind of section and kind of go from there, I would recommend. So about 3 sections and just kind of work at one until, like the rest of them, until you can get the brush clearly through from top to bottom with ease, basically. So these kind of dolls take a little bit longer, so I would say kind of get comfy because they're not super fast to fix because of their hair is so friggin' bad, but with enough effort and precision you can get through it. Don't forget to do the back as well. You gotta make sure to do the back and front of your sections. Okay, so I'm gonna soak the section I've been working on for a few more seconds to kind of refresh it. All right, and we're gonna once again go at it. And it's nice and hot again. And as you can see, we are getting through it a lot easier. You can see it's not getting, the brush isn't getting stuck, which is excellent. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, just we don't want it looking the way it did because it wasn't looking nice before. So you don't have to strive for perfection though, but you don't also want it to look horrible. So pretty sure you can see the difference. It's also gotten its length back because it's not so matted. So now we're gonna go ahead and move on to our, kind of lost it, our next section. Alright, so there is the next section, basically done for video purposes. And so now we're going to move on to the final section. My cat, by the way, is so annoyed that I am not doing this somewhere that she can get to. Because I'm up on the counter, obviously, in the kitchen. And usually when I do videos, I'm not so high up, so she can access it, but there's no way for her to access this. Which is good, because I don't want her near the boiling water and the wet dolls, but she isn't happy about it. Alright, so we're going to give her one more final brush, and with all our separated pieces of hair stranded together, and as you can see, the brush is running through it very smoothly, which is great. It's exactly what we wanted. And I think she is about done. Not too thick and bad. So we're going to run her under the cold water now. And set her aside. She is definitely going to be one that really is going to need her hair fixed because her whole hairstyle is taken down. Alright you guys, so as you can see, these are the dolls I still have to do. So I got 3 Chloes chilling in there, getting their hair did. And I'm going to do up the rest of these. So these are the ones I basically am going to be showed slash I'm going to be showing on camera, whatever. And then these ones are the ones I'm going to do off camera. I mean, the boy, I don't even know why I have him here because he just kind of needs some like product in there. But the girls all are going to need their hair did. I've already kind of started to fix Vanessa's here. I'm putting it in the ponytail and everything. And then obviously these 3 ladies in here, but just so you have some befores. I mean, I already showed before at the beginning of the video, but so you're going to want to leave these girls out overnight for sure, whatever, like I would say 24 hours to dry. The drying time can be quite a bit, so lay them out in a towel. You don't have to have them this crowded. I just have them over here temporarily to have room to finish up these dolls. But yeah, you're gonna want to like lay them out overnight, 24 hours I would say. Let them fully air dry. Do not use any heat or anything. Let them air dry. Air dry is the best thing for them. Obviously have them on a towel. And just have them on a space that your animal or anything can't get to, or you know, no one's gonna knock them down or anything. And yeah, so I will now show you guys. So this is the before, and now we will flash forward to the after. And like I said, I'm gonna finish up these ones off camera. So, magic of video editing. Yay, the magic power of video editing. Yay! Alright, so here are the girls that we boil washed in this video. It has been quite a few days since I filmed the last part before this. That's because some life stuff came up, so these girls unfortunately had to like sit somewhere for a bit, so I wasn't able to show you their exact day after, but here we have a few days, so their hair has lived after the boil wash for a few days now at this point. And looking at, I think like 2 or 3 of them, some of them could probably be a little bit reboil washed, but I will show you them all. Only a few of them are dressed because I just haven't been bothered to get the rest of them dressed. A few of them I'm also debating selling and getting rid of, so because a lot of them are like quadruple. I have so many of some of these girls. So we will start from the top here. So here we have Megan after the boil wash. There's no product in her hair at the moment, so it's just literally straight out of the boil wash. As you can see, it's very smooth. You can see the movement, very nice. I already owned her outfit and stuff. I think I got it in a lot like years ago, so I just threw her in it. She does have a chip on her lip. I don't know if I talked about earlier in this video or not, so it does suck, but she is super cute. Really excited to have her. So there's her after the boil wash. Beautiful hair. Phoebe definitely, I think, could go through another round of boil washing. She's one of the girls I was kind of talking about that sometimes certain dolls need a few boil washes. One's just not enough for some of them. So I somehow already owned her original top and one of her original shoes, as you can see on the ground there. But since I only own one, I had to just throw some boots on her and a Rock Angel skirt. But I had to fix the little elastic. I didn't properly put it in. She still needs some TLC, but as you can see, the boil wash did. I mean, the hair definitely looks better. There's movement to it. Her bangs also are just not cooperating with me. So those definitely need some work. So she's definitely, probably out of all these girls, still needs the most work. Her hair was just such a disaster. Here's a Chloe that we boil washed. That's actually really cute, Chloe. I definitely already have her, but she could be so many different Chloes. I have a feeling she's like a Head Games Chloe from what I can kind of tell. But there are so many different Chloes that she could possibly be. So her hair is beautiful. There's just like a little flyaways, which just like brush down or just some hairspray. But her hair came out so beautiful from the boil wash. I mean, look at that. I'm really, really, really happy with her. She's super fucking cute too. But like I said, she could be so many different Chloes. And I own Chloes with like this exact screening and makeup, so, but like with different hair colors, so I'd have to do some research. I have a feeling she's a Head Games Chloe though, if I'm honest. So yeah, her hair came out beautiful. Here we have a not Jade, not Kumi doll. This is one of the girls from that Couture line. She comes with like a green outfit. She's not Jade or Kumi though, she just looks exactly like them. She just got black hair. She does have her own name. I cannot remember it off the top of my head, but there's like 2 other girls that are in that line as well that like kind of look like Yasmin and Chloe, but they're not. Her hair was a little better a few days ago. It kind of naturally just started to flip up. Again, she's got no product in it, so this is just after the boil wash. But you can see the smoothness, and if I just brush it out, you know, lightly comb it and put some product in there, look even better. But she's super cute. I'm really happy to have her. I didn't have this doll, so this was a new girl for me. So happy to have her. Here we have a gorgeous Bee Bratz queen. If you do not own this particular Bratz doll, this is one Bratz doll I would recommend any fan to own. She's just so gorgeous. I don't know what it is about this particular Bee Bratz character. I think it's like her dark hair with the skin tone and then like the really light green eyes. And her makeup's just like perfection. I already own this girl. This is actually my 3rd Bee Bratz of this particular Bee Bratz character, the brunette one. This is my 3rd one of her, but she's always such a fun doll to have like quadruples of because she's so gorgeous. You could do different things with the other ones if you wanted. So I had obviously another outfit for her because I have so many. And she does have, I definitely need to get that chip. Little, like she got like a little pen mark on her eyebrow, but that's easy to get rid of. And her hair came out very beautiful as well. Could probably use a little bit more work, maybe another boil wash or something, but it is super beautiful. It's like the exact same hairstyle. At least got like the exact same hair, just different color. Same length and everything. So yeah, she's beautiful. So here we have her body's a little loose. Funk and Glow Megan, very exciting doll to get. From what I saw the images online when I was trying to fix her hair and I asked one of my friends, this is the way her hair comes. There's supposed to be like this little fountain hair part here. And then there's supposed to be little pieces hanging down, but this is all the ones that stuck down on mine, so I don't know if this is right or not, but her hair is in beautiful condition, as you can see. Very happy with how she turned out. She's got some loose limbs, her arms loose, and her legs are a little loose, so she might need a new body. I redressed her in this step out Chloe top because I definitely plan on keeping her. She has no shoes or bottoms on, but this like doubles as a dress anyway. I'm definitely keeping her though. I'm very excited to have her. I got like 2 of the very early Megans recently, like the same thrift shop. It was pretty awesome. So yeah, so she's all fixed. Happy to have her. She came out beautifully. Here is a Bratz hairstyle Chloe. I have another one of her, and her hair just like never wants to go back to total normal. It kind of keeps like this natural, just kind of like fluff to it. Like I think it's just the texture of it. But this one has a lot more streaks than my other one does, so that's kind of cool. She's a cute Chloe. Not one of my favorites, but she is very cute. But yeah, her hair is a lot better than what it was when I got her. Holy. Here is a Bratz World Chloe. This girl's pretty nostalgic for me because I bought this girl brand new when Bratz World just came out. Obviously this is double I got from a thrift store though that I boil washed. Her hair is so beautiful. It was so easy to boil wash. It's so nice and straight and a beautiful shade of blonde. This is a very fun Chloe to have. If you don't have the Bratz World Chloe, I definitely recommend her. She's beautiful. She's got this super beautiful quality long straight hair and beautiful blonde. So yeah, it's fun to have another one of her. And of course I have yet another Girls Rock Chloe, which is my favorite Bratz doll of all time, so I never say no. I never leave, if I see one at a thrift store, I never leave her behind. It's a rule. So this is probably my 9th or 10th Girls Rock Chloe I own. She's got beautiful hair as always, beautiful perfect face and makeup. Absolutely love this girl, so fun to own another one of her. Here is Forever Diamonds Chloe. I could have done a better job on the hair, not gonna lie. I'm not gonna give myself super kudos, but I was just trying to get it done. So here it is back in its ponytail with a wrap and her bangs. I think I pulled a little bit too much into the ponytail here. As you can see, she's got a little part here that's kind of flipped up, but I already have this girl in perfect condition anyway, so I wasn't like super desperate to try to make this one perfect, but I did want her to look the best she could, so. And if you saw her hair before, I think it's not too bad of an after. So here's that Play Sports Fiona, whose ponytail I also fixed. It's gorgeous. She's back to normal. She's got a really cute face. I believe this is the Formal Funk Yasmin face. It's super cute. It's got like huge lips. I have one of her already. The one I have, it's her hair came down originally, so I left it down. So I thought, okay, well this one I'll fix, and then I'll have one with her original hairstyle again. So it's what I did. Here's the Ice Champions Vanessa, whose hair I didn't do too much of a good job on, not gonna lie. It's got a lot of flyaways. I already have one of this girl who I love. Her hair came down though, so I left it down. So this one's I fixed or attempted to fix. I didn't do so much of a good job on it. I definitely could have done better, but it just was not cooperating with me, to be honest. And so yeah, I already have a perfect condition one though, so I wasn't too worried. You know, it's kind of my outlook on this. And then this girl, this is a Slumber Party Yasmin. This is that weird like second version though, where they changed the makeup and the hairstyles, but not the outfits or accessories. This is definitely the Yasmin I like the least, because I think the first version of her, where she's got like more like kind of like red lips, is a lot prettier. But her hairstyle is a lot of fun. So all I did was boil wash. I haven't like styled the bangs, so they're kind of just all over the place, and the rest of the hair needs some hairspray and stuff, but here she is. She is fixed now. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is this boil wash. I have to say I have definitely done better boil washes off camera. It figures the boil washes I do on camera are definitely not the best, but hopefully you can see the before and after transformations. If you're not super satisfied with your boil washes, just boil wash them again, you know, just do it again. It's a fun activity to do. It can be pretty time consuming though, not gonna lie. Boil washing definitely can take a long time, but it is worth it in the end. As you can see, the transformations, and if you keep going, and then after this you obviously have to, like, most of the time you have to put some product in their hair to keep the styles nice, and you know, it's no different than when you buy Bratz from the store, you know, that and you open them, they come with product in their hair, so you just gotta sometimes set the styles and stuff like that. But yeah guys, here's one last overlook at these boil washes. And there you go. So yeah. Alright, so thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you learned a thing or two. Please make sure to subscribe for new videos. I definitely try to put new videos out all the time. I got a lot more new videos and content planned coming, so make sure to subscribe, like and comment anything else you want. And I will see you guys very shortly. Thank you very much for watching.